And here we are on Fractal. Tetito will be in the blue to the northwest, not finishing the house. Instead, he's going to head directly to the lumber camp spot to start a chopping and try to get through. Persians do start with that extra bit of wood, and Yo immediately sending his scout forward. He wants to think about laming. Tato is actually going to be pushing that zebra and maybe a bit ahead of himself. But I wonder what Yo is trying to lame there, as the deer ran from the Vil. Elephant from Tato needs to be careful with that, and immediately he's actually going to wall. Just to keep those Vils safe, make sure they don't get lamed by anything. Against the Berbers, I guess that makes sense, as we already see the Berber Vil going forward. Tato really, I don't like him pushing those deer. I kind of think he needs to take the elephant just so it doesn't get lamed. Here we see, what is Yo? Oh, Yo running into the TC. That is not good for him. But Yo's already sending the Vil forward to shoot. Tato will know that the Berbers are here, and yep, he's going to take the elephant in right away. Be extra safe with that. He'll have to shoot it with the TC and be careful about that, but I think he'll get it in. Unfortunately, Yo will get the lame now on the zebras here. But they will be close enough to the TC that he actually could take them. Good job by Yo. I think they're actually pushing it away a bit before finishing it off. Well, the important thing, though, is that you don't lose that elephant. And Loom already coming in. Ooh, he hadn't done Loom yet, and he'll get a few hits on the Vil before Loom comes in, and that is big, because now that Vil is weak. And he needs to go after the Vil instead of the Scout here. It's kind of weird so that the Vil can't Viper quick wall herself in. But gets the Vil, and now can run under the TC. And one Vil for keeping the Scout alive, just having a bit of HP lost. That's fine. He'll have to do Loom because he's out of food on the TC. He was shooting that Scout, and the deer got kind of messed up. And he also did go to the lumber camp early. But I think Persians here were a pick so that he could get... He had the food at the TC so that he could get out to the lumber camp early and not have to worry about any idle time. And now it's his turn to go forward and lame. And remember, the Scout HP for Yo is already a bit low. So, actually not that low. Only 6 points lost. And Tato wants to kill those Vils. Yo will scout it though. And Tato... When I say kill those Vils, I mean kill those zebras. Is the stream amazing? Hello, pepperoni nipples. Maybe because we have the good old Mandelbrot fractal here. I actually know the guy who named this fractal after Mandelbrot. And of course in complex analysis with him a while ago. Anyway, Yo is building a house on those berries there. Not the side of the berries you want to lame, but it'll be annoying nevertheless. Both players in the little nook here, chopping through the reeds, but Tetito went there earlier on. He'll be the first one to do it, and I imagine he'll want to go out here for the dock and get the dock block going. Yeah, I think, you know, it's a bit further from the fish, but I like building it slightly further out, just so that you can then build a second dock behind it to rewall if the need arises later on. But here is also a decent spot. You can take the fish. Is that symmetric where there's a fish there on both sides? Kind of, I guess. Have to dock there to take the fish with the Vil unless you wanted it outside. There's actually a deep fish in the middle. Not really takeable though. Oh, there's a deep fish right there. Ooh. Yeah, so you dock there for Tato. You take that fish and those two fish and you have two fish. And then you get your second dock out here later to take the rest of the fish. And you get a very nice fish boom, and a very safe fish boom. Remember, Persians will have that faster working dock, so if they need to get into the water fight, they should be pretty good. Early on, at least. Ooh, Yo almost ran there. And in these games, as long as the players are paying attention, you run to those little nooks, you get quick walled, you get surrounded by Vils, and the scout goes down. Don't know what that Vil wants to do. He's trying to be mischievous. Ooh, whoa, okay, Yo. That's 6 forward Vils. And Berbers want a Vil fight. Tato needs to notice and get a quick wall up fast, and he does. He gets it. That's exactly what he needed. That Vil, I don't know what she's doing, but almost walling herself out. He's gonna take out a house. And 6 Vils forward from Yo already. This game's gonna get messy. That palisade probably just needs to be tapped slightly. So that he doesn't get surprised. And okay, Tato, you gotta repair. Okay, he's got the repairs coming in. Vil shouldn't break through those walls, even though it will be a bit of wood to repair, so Tato just needs to make sure he doesn't run out of wood. As he almost does there, right? Because he had to place down the lumber camp, and he needs to chop those straggler trees just so that he can keep his palisades repaired. And now the mill is going to be a lot more expensive to repair. That'll be 50 wood to go from 0 to full HP. Ooh, like, part of me, can Tato masterpiece this? Like, gate there, send a whole bunch of vills to the mill. Hello, Jacob Chip? Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants the gate, he wants the trap. And then you can gate there. Sends the vill around the outside so the scout doesn't see it. There's gate number 1. There's gate number 2. Alright, if those gates can get some good HP on that gate's not going to go up in time, right? Yo. Yeah, you need a house, I think. The gate's not going to survive the vills. The thing about this is, I know the Berbers are better in vill fights, but Tato, ooh, house there from Yo, that's kind of good because it stops him from being blocked in. It just gets annoying. Tato, right next to his TC, he doesn't have any vills inside the TC to garrison though, that's going to be a bit annoying. But he's up first, he has the dock, and immediately gets one fire galley out. I don't like opening with the fire galley here. It's like, you know the dock block's there, all you're going to do is pressure it. I think you really should have been opening with the fishing ships. Maybe he's thinking, oh, Yo is so far forward. Oh, but Yo is getting under the TC. And now the TC, vills in the back can get some arrows if they garrison. Ooh, they don't garrison. Alright, but anyway, this is looking pretty good for Tato here. I don't think that's a lot of idle time for Yo. Oh, he has more forward vills. Yo, just 12 forward vills here. Tato now going to be adding the fishing ships in the back. He could just gate here. Tato doing gates all over the place, trying to catch that scout in the back. Actually, pretty nice to separate the scouts from the scout from the vills, but yeah, that gate ends up just being a bit of a waste. He's sending the whole village. You think that quick walls should be nerfed? I think quick walls are in a good spot right now. And now it's going to be a tower rush. They chopped through the wood. You see, they opened by building the lumber camp there, and then they chopped through. See, I don't like the fire galley play, because you can't shoot over the dock, and the vill can just repair the dock forever. I think it's much better just to use the dock to block and go for the fish, and then just kind of ignore the fire until you have to later, and you can defend with a galley or so. Well, Yo wants map control. He is in feudal. This scout is trapped in the back. Tato just needs to be careful he doesn't let it out. And he lets it out. And Yo does have the tower resources before Tato does, so Tato's counter tower will be a bit late in reacting to it. And he's also late in sending the vills to fight. Yeah, exactly. The fire can't do anything to the other side of the docks. It can't shoot over the dock. If they could get the scout, that'd be nice. But this tower... Tato still has a safe gold. The tower doesn't really range the stone, so Tato is okay for now. And if Bill's trying to break through the gates, Tato can always build his own counter tower just outside the range there. And that's what he's going to do. And when Fletching comes in, the towers will be able to have a tower war. But again, yeah, see that fire just gets hit by the galley. Big mistake having it so close to the dock. No fletching it on the galley. If he just sits back a bit further and shoots from the dock, he can be out of range. So I don't really like how Tato has opened this, despite Yo probably not having an economy with all of his vills being forward. He's really playing Berbers the way Berbers are played. Yeah, now he's going to go and tower that lumber camp there. And nothing Tato can really do about it. He has that house there right from the get-go. And this tower is walled in. But the second dock for Tato, that tower is not going to hit any of the fish. So this vill can just, I don't know, run out, maybe start taking a shorefish somewhere. Unfortunately, can't get to the back of the back because the dock's already blocking her path. I think the dock block is nice. I don't think Tato played that properly. I think he should have just opened purely for fish like Yo did, instead of going for the opening fire. I mean, he could have had a fish, maybe 2 fish, working throughout the Dark Age while heading up to Feudal, instead of worrying about that block. And he's... Wait, what? Tato deleted the TC. Tato's going for the douche. Tato is going for the douche. He's playing Persians the way Persians are meant to be played. There's no way Yo is stopping that. He doesn't have enough vills to vill fight that. And Tato is doing it. He is being the Persians. Oh, yeah. Even nice usage of the scout there to distract the TC fire. Yo, you can't fight that. And he has stone, he has a tower defending the stone, and he has a safe wood line. Tato, stone wall there. Yep, I like that. Might need to be a bit further out just to prevent towers. But actually, if the Vill gets in, the Vill could tower there and disrupt fish. Yeah, this is where you probably got to do the chop the tree, force drop off. Oh, even that wouldn't work because the tower's there. You got to delete the dock or transport ship around. And at the same time as he's douching, he's also doing a tower on the wood line of Yo. So what does Yo not have now? Okay, he still has a wood line. He has 1 wood line in the south. But Yo soon is not going to have a TC. And alright, this is what I was expecting from Fractal. Now Tato's going to build a defensive tower here and get rid of that wood line, or that tower on his wood line. Now, these villas could be, instead of being idle, they could be fishing that fish there, but that's fine. Tato's continuing to add in those fishing ships, as now Yo will be struggling without a TC. And now Tato gets there. It's a good thing that Yo got that stone wall up. Oh, but the tower, this is just Tato tower defense, trying to take the vills out as they walk past the coast here. With Loom, they'll be able to survive even with the towers chock full of vills. Ooh, low HP though, they could be picked off later on. But Yo's getting to the outside. He's going to help maybe from the back chop his vills through. Oh, but here comes Tato. And does he want TC number 2? He's going for the outpost and he is giving chase. Yo, wait, what is that? That TC already has a tower on it. That can't go up, right? 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 Like, Tato's just chasing him. There's no way that goes up. There's already, like, Tato has a tower defending that, right? Like, that doesn't go up. Oh, that very much doesn't go up. Now another watchtower. Yo is sending everything. He's sending the entire village. Tato's trying to wall this up, and there's the TC drop. No?
Oh my dear.
Where's this TC gonna be? What a yo-yo of a game. Yo still has the score lead despite not having the TC lead. And he's just gonna drop it over here? Yeah, he's not gonna go aggressive with it. But now Tato can just chase, right? He has the... Oh, no. Wait. Tato, he doesn't have the resources for another TC yet. He needs to mine some more stone. All Tato's vills are out in the middle of nowhere, right? Tato's not taking any resources. He's just taken Yo's base. Now has Yo's resources there. Yo doesn't really have... Okay, he does have fish. He would manage to rebuild the dock with his fleeing vills. He has vills on the outside. He didn't chop through there. He's just moved his TC down to here. Tato, I think, is much better on the fishing economy, though. Those vills need to be careful about chopping back in. Probably don't want to do that.
Hurry.
He wants to be fighting the tower. Those vills are probably just going to die there to the tower, though.
Hurry.
As more vills are coming over, and these Berber vills, they will be faster. Now, Market Blacksmith for Yo, he's getting close to clicking up to the Castle Age, actually. If you look at those resources, doesn't have any vills on gold, but he is going to rectify that situation by adding in a mining camp. And Tato, despite the 12-ish, 10 fishing ships, is down on food. I guess that's something, if you don't have a TC, and you can't make villagers, you got nothing to spend food on, so you're just gonna get castle faster. And if he does get castle faster, at least Tato has chopped out, so he can run around to the back. But Yo using the market, and he's just about to click up. He's just about there. And now he's going to be trushing Tato again. He's trushing his own TC location. And Tato, he doesn't have the stone to react to that. That scout still being alive is so crucial for Yo. He can see exactly where Tato is. And now neither player will be able to take that stone. And this TC could be Huang pushed. As soon as... Yeah, there's the barracks. As soon as Yo gets up, he's going to be pushing that TC. Tato is nowhere close to castle, despite having an 11 villager lead. And that one galley actually is great because it'll stop the vills from breaking through that stone wall. Oh. Well, the question is, will Yo have the eco to push when he gets up? I mean, he does have a few farms. He has all of his fishing ships still alive and working. He needs to be using that galley, though. Just stand ground it, place it right there. And a double stable. Kato adding towers, but what are those towers going to do? Yo somehow surviving, found a TC location, and Tato was not able to pursue and continue the douche. Oh, but Tato can wall in Yo's stables. That's actually going to be pretty costly for Yo, as he just spent a ton of wood on that, and he doesn't really have too much wood to spare. Now, Tato's adding in the market. Tato is close to clicking up. Knights need to come out before the walls go up, but I think Tato will have them walled in successfully. Only 28 seconds of idle time? I think it probably doesn't count as idle time if the vills are attacking something. And yet, the stables are walled in. Tato needs to lock that gate immediately, but the knight cannot get out. Yo's doing bloodlines, but bloodlines for what stables? He has to build his stables again in the back. So here's the thing for Yo. He needs to keep the knights garrisoned, right? There has to delete the stable. You need to keep them garrisoned, because otherwise they get stuck in the middle of the stables and you have to delete them. Now, Tato probably does need to keep that wall up, or that gate up. I think he should have gone for the palisades instead of the gate there, but I know he just wanted to get it as fast as he could. And now Tato is up. He just needs to hold for a couple minutes until it's safe for him to be up. He does have a lot of spearmen out now, and so spearmen will help to protect against the knights. Berbers do get cheap knights, but I imagine we could see this game devolve into camel play if both players do get up. Now it is Yo who has the score lead, but Tato still has the Vill lead. One fire galley for Yo. Would like to see that one galley in the back for Tato. But here comes the mangonel, and it is Huang time. Tato needs his own stable. Knights with only one armor. Lots of defensive towers for Tato. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go immediately for guard tower. He does have a bit of stone left to continue making towers. Yo, though, going to be adding in a second TC. Somehow he's able to afford that. That one tower from Tato getting taken down. I heard a ram. I hear a ram. I don't see a ram, but oh, there it is, up on Tato's archery range. Okay, so Yo will be trying to clear those out. Now, remember, this is a Persian TC, so it will take a long time for Mangonel to disrupt it. And as soon as Tato gets out, we'll see, does he go for knights or camels? I imagine this will be camels. Maybe a knight to clear the Mangonel, but then camels. Tower is just about covering each other. Under 3 towers, knights might get a couple of Vill kills, but nice wall there. They are only +1 defense, and they'll have 2 towers shooting at them there, so lots of HP going down there. Monk there to protect the Mangonel. Monastery, I have to think maybe Tato had an opportunity to add in a scout or 2 while he was going up. His own monastery there. It needs to wall this. Needs to wall this, Tato. You need to wall this. Tato, Tato, Tato. Oof, and that could be the GG there. This is going to be 7 Vills going down. If that had been walled, he'd be safe. And that is absolutely huge. And that will even up the Vill count. It feels like Yo is just managing to pull ahead. There's 2 monks there. Tato can't push to stop the Mangonel. And all of those Vills died. A bit of wall, and that's a safe TC instead. His village is dead. Now he'll need to monk and Mangonel to counter this. Well, this TC doesn't have to worry about it yet. It looks like it's on fire, but it still has the HP of a normal TC. Double HP is a huge boost. But Yo feels like he's starting to pull ahead. He has these stables. He has the cheaper production. He needs to get his hotkeys in sync, so he's not producing from this one. And He's going to destroy Tato's market. Okay, that is... Oh, could Tato's blacksmith go down before he gets the armor upgrade? It does. And that's no armor for Tato. It's going to make it harder for him to take fights. Has to rebuild the market. Has to now finish that TC. And third TC for Yo in the south. This is where all of the extra resources are, the stone and the gold on the map. You want to be securing the south. And Tato, he's had this great fish economy, but he's just about fished all his fish. Those fishing ships will soon become idle villagers. He has broken in and taken out Yo's fish. And actually, if he destroys that dock and gets at that fire galley, his fish could move to the other side. Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about that TC too much, but... Oh man, this night raid from Yo. Tato just needed one tile of stone wall. Or palisade wall, or any building, and he would have been fine. Fractal Chaos is glorious. Well, Fractal should be a chaotic map, right? Oh, he's doing a Castle Age douche. All right. Go, Tato. He can use this TC to kill this TC. I hope they range each other. It's like right at the edge, but sometimes TC range is finicky. Oh, but Yo is castle dropping Tato's TC drop. All right. I think Yo wins this.
Salam.
Okay, looks like the TCs will be able to shoot each other. Actually, this TC might not be able to shoot this TC, but this TC can shoot this one. And that's a weird quirk of TC, and the range indicators on Castle Age are not right. So Tato's... Okay, actually they can. Okay. Ooh. But the problem is Tato's TC is now under a mangonel and a castle. Castle from Yo will be insane, because now you can make camel archers. The military counts, they looked even, but that's because Tato had spearmen. They get picked off by now Castle Age knights. Tato's trying to find places where he can raid, but remember, he didn't get that armor earlier. The TC will rip his knights to shreds, as Yo is just about to do bodkin. And things are looking very good for Yo in this very messy game one. Tato does have a little pocket down here now. But yeah, Tato's fishing ships are now finished. 69, he still has a Vil lead. Maybe he can find some way to hold with a monk defense. Yo will be collecting up relics now. Mem must be losing his mind indeed. They have basically switched bases and are now mining each other's resources as Tato's all of his vills here. He needs to just... It's like he can try to run them. Like, where does he even run them to? He got some stuff on the outside. Okay, so this is the plan for Tato to save his vills. I think he needs to run them up here. Hope that the castle can debate stuff, use the towers to garrison and hop over his walls, and potentially get a transport ship just so we can garrison them, and the knights won't chase them down. Like, they're all just gonna die. Like, Yo's gonna have a massive Vil lead while 10 or so of those are finished off. And didn't manage to kill this TC. There's the GG. And after a very messy game one, Yo takes the lead. 8 knights to 7 archers. That is our military count. And... well, Tato could not pull off the Persian douche successfully. I don't know what that game was, but that will be a a loss for the Persians and a win for the Berbers. And look at the stats. Military 46 to 20. That faster Castle Age says it all for Yo. The lack of TC, allowing him to accumulate food instead of wasting it on villagers, gets up to the Castle Age before Tato, a good 3 minutes, and Tato just could not hang on. Maybe Tato would have been okay had those knights not killed 10 villagers and denied that TC. But Yo takes the victory. Now that was crazy. And here we'll have Yo to the west and Tato to the south of the koala. And players very close to each other. And whoever gets here first will get all of the turkeys. Let's see who gets there. Tato might. Oh, Tato sees the turkey, goes for him. All right, goes for him. Now remember, the players don't know which side they're on. Tato gets more of the turkeys, but Yo gets there too, and they're gonna fight. All right, Yo has a Vil coming forward. Tato already taking his boar, and Tato will abscond with one of Yo's turkeys there, but the Vil might come over to get it back. Vil will help out with the eagle fight here, and Tato has to run with the Vil coming over just in time. But Tato does get his first boar, and his second boar is on the safe side. Ooh, Tato losing the eagle, though. That is huge. He should not have turned and fought there. He needed to get back to the TC with the Vil chasing. Okay, now Yo cannot actually steal the boar, but can steal 2 of those turkeys. As you will see them with the eagle there. Not gonna take them, though? What's that Vil gonna do? That Vil doesn't really have anything else to lame. Oh, Tato didn't see the turkeys. He went there at first. Yo, is he gonna let the Vil see them? And then... Okay, this is the weirdest thing for Tato because he can't really stop this with the Vil. He needs to attack the eagle somehow. And yet Yo's gonna get them, so... 2 HP left on the eagle scout. And that's gonna be a very strong victory for Yo in the early game there. Tato, I don't know why he turned around there. He needed to run straight to his TC while the Vil was pursuing. You can't lose the scout there. 2 HP might as well be a million HP at this point. That's all the difference in the world. Now that Vil can come forward unimpeded and lame the deer, Tato probably needs to go forward himself with a Vil to try to counteract this. I have seen Tato do a lot of laming on this map. There is still a boar he can get with the Vil. Tato, he did get both of his boars, and I'm actually surprised to see he doesn't have a Vil going forward. Now Yo will find the rest of his stuff. You think it's I think it's Aztecs. I definitely prefer Aztecs in these maps, but perhaps Incas do have some room to use their slingers. I think Aztec monks are just insane, though. Yeah, now Yo will have a +1 turkey advantage, at least. Tato going to fight there. It's loom versus no loom, so Tato will win that if the Vil can commit. Shouldn't be able to catch that Vil, though. He should make it back. Tato wasn't quite able to get the wallop that he wanted. But now he'll have the Vil able to lame. And, ooh, boar running away from the TC there. Right, Yo gets it back into a decent spot. And Tato will just be shooting the deers. And there we are. Oh, wait, did Tatito almost couldn't get the repairs in time, but almost trapped that Vil from Yo, trying to do Tato things there. Oh, but he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. He needs to get the building in. Tato, build 2 HP. Yes, he's done it. He did it twice. And gets it just in time. Needs to get that one. Tato needs to get there. Ooh, oh, gets the gate though. Tato, he's trapped the Vil. And he deletes the gate to get the corner bit. And now he has to keep dancing around to repair these. Oh, Tato, Tatito. This is what he learns as a Black Forest player. You have less HP, so you just imprison your opponent's Vil. I don't know what that delete was, but okay. And I just have to repair those palisades now. Problem is, you need to keep a Vil idle, basically, to repair it, so you've kind of just traded one Vil for another. And spent a bit of wood to do it. Now, what's he... Ooh, actually, he could wall in that deer carcass, kind of. I think you actually need to get all around it. You can probably still gather from the diagonal. What's he gonna be wall? Oh, could he wall in another Vil? Well, you know, I guess this Vil would have been idle anyway since she is forward. But your palisades have such low HP in the Dark Age, you really gotta pay attention to that. Ooh, he's gonna doink that Vil. Can't win that fight, but he wants to tempt Yo into another Vil fight. Well, there's the barracks. Tatito will be up a bit sooner. Yo will have his barracks a bit more forward. Very forward, in fact. And Yo has healed up the eagle. It is no longer on 2 HP. How could Tato? Yo's like, that's not gonna happen again, buddy. Oh, but Tato now walls in his ville, keeps her alive. As the eagle runs away, Tato can delete and go out there. Well, there's feudal age for Tato, so now his palisades will be a stronger prison with 250 HP, and immediately goes for the range while training a spear. Spear, well, it is a unit.
But nay.
No men-at-arms from Yo. Just opening purely for the range. Early town watch from Tato. I do like that, but he doesn't really have many buildings to give him vision. He needs a house over here should he want to benefit from it. I guess the mill does see a bit more there, but he has actually managed to free his own villager then. And we'll chase the eagle away with the spear for now. He is spearman, not quite fast enough to catch it though. Eagle could always, should he find a jaguar, run to the jaguar. It is a full HP Vil, so I think she will actually beat the spear. Oh, but there's actually an archer here. Alright, so the archer will kill that Vil, no problem. Alright, so that'll be a Vil down for Yo. Tato still managing to make do without his scout. Spearman, well, will help as a scouting unit, but I'm surprised he didn't go for the eagle. I guess he wanted the gold for archers. I am interested, though, if Tato has room to play with slingers in the Castle Age. And gets the Vil, and will have to run away with the archer. No fletching in for either player yet. Their eco is basically running on empty as they try to amass a sizable army. Blacksmith for Tato, that'll give him some vision of this part of the map as Yo's doing his own blacksmith at just the same time. And with all that laming, Tato was down by 1 turkey and the scout, but did get a Vil. So that does help to even things out eventually. A couple of low HP Vils on the berries, though. Yo might want to take notice of that and bring that one and that one back to farms under the TC. He has some more full HP ones out there. He could move to the berries or even back to the wood. Let's see, you do have straggler trees, but Yo has chopped his already. Bit of a better farming eco setup already for Tato, but that just might have been Yo being better able to delay his. And now fletching for both players, as we'll have a bit of an engagement here, equal archer numbers, so Tato can't really engage, particularly not with that eagle in the back. And Tato's just gonna run around, so by going around the back, he forces Yo to send his archers to chase, because otherwise he'll just be able to shoot at the wood. This is actually a very thick part of the wood here. I don't think the archers can shoot over it. Need to get a crossbow for that. And archer armor coming in for Yo, so he's really going to be looking to win that archer fight. Of course, at this point, the Aztecs will have the more efficient farmers that only +3 carry capacity now, no longer like +5 like it used to be. These archers have a bit of a hill, actually. Oh, the way this is set up, with the hill, Tato can kind of sit here even without the armor and try to take this fight. Just that hill advantage is going to be very nice for him. Doesn't want Yo to ascend. And gets one of the archers already. Those are some low HP archers there, and Tato will trade them. And now try to run. He can run while shooting the eagle, maybe. Can he get the eagle, actually? If he could get the eagle, that'd be great. But at the same time, he is now sending more archers around the back of the back. Yo does not have town watch, so that house has no vision to spot the sneak attack. And Tato will be adding in the market, and with the market, should he sell his stone, he is in position to be clicking up. Does have the blacksmith and the market, has used the range basically to delay harass Yo a bit before clicking up. And if he gets up, the instant, like, 3 barracks eagles from Aztecs could be countered by slingers from the Incas. Like, Slinger Eagle, I think can be hard for Aztecs to deal with in the Castle Age. You kind of want your mangonels to kill the slingers, but you don't really have a great way of stopping eagles from killing your mangonels. Same thing, he could go like longsword mangonel, but that doesn't feel like a thing. Anyway, Archer's still around the back of the back being chased by Yo. And these low HP units from Yo still proving incredibly valuable to him as the 2 HP Eagle continues to survive, having been healed and roller coastering back down to 2 again. And Tato will be up by about a minute first to the Castle Age, adding in the second range, which makes me think this might be for the Slinger play. The advantage for him is he has controlled his map well enough that he can establish control of these 3 relics as soon as he gets up. I imagine he'll put down a monastery maybe over here, try to grab them and bring them to safety. And on this hill, a couple skirmishers being added in for Yo. With the armor, they can fight the archers quite effectively, but they don't have the numbers. Tato with a good 7 archers there with the hill advantage. As long as he micros okay, can fend this skirm archer defense off. But this is where 1 eagle, keeping that scout alive, healing it up, would have been able to push the skirms back. Tato could have taken a much better fight here. And actually, kind of surprised to see... Okay, yeah, he is doing it now. He is adding in the eagles. There is that 1 eagle, but... Let's see. Woodline there, 1 low HP archer and an eagle can't do too much to harass it. Tato's continuing to push on the outside, trying to get into the back of the back. Yo has not overchopped, but now he is within... Definitely within crossbow range, if not archer range. And the question is, what do we have here? More archers, there's crossbow. What upgrades will Tato go for? Archer's on the right, trying to sneak in. He was patrolling, but gets found by Yo. Runs away. But now, does Yo actually have the numbers to defend his woodline? Because of the gold cost? That's true. But you could also just, like, plop all of your vills onto the gold. There's the monastery from Tato. He'll be collecting those relics. You don't want to be down 6-0 relics against the Aztecs, and especially not in the American War. And there will be a TC for Yo. As he'll be doing Bodkin in Elite Skirm, and that's when Tato can then make the Eagle transition. Because Yo doesn't actually have a wood line right now. Alright, needing to go to the center for wood. But Tato, will he see that TC going up? He knows that Yo has no wood control at the back, so he must be going to the middle. Great scouting from Tato there. And if he could get through that palisade, perhaps he could delay the TC. But Yo, he has his vills forward. He knows it takes a village to raise a town. And all of the villagers there are building the TC. Can the crossbows hit this? I think they're just out of range. Some of those on the corner might be poked out. Ooh, he loses 1. That's a nice vill kill there. So Tato does have a 2-0 KD, is up by 3 vills. And does have his second TC working just a bit longer. Because without gold, that is a pretty terrifying statement, and it's a statement I've had to face in my past. But he will at least have 3 relics. Yo not going to be able to get away with any of his opponents, just will have his own. But that's more like having 4 relics. So it's like having 3 to 4 relics, oddly enough. So tower there from Tato. Yo will see it though. Well within his line of sight. And he's reacting with a siege workshop though. Does not have the stone for a counter tower and apparently does not want to buy it. Oh, yes, he does have a market, so he could have bought it if he wanted to. Oh, crossbows. It also takes a village to raise a siege workshop. And there is Redemption immediately taking advantage of those Aztec monks. Yo will be in position to convert the mangonels. And this is where Aztecs shine. Incas can do Redemption, but they can't do Atonement, so no converting the Aztec monks. They have to straight up fight, and that means you need Eagles.
Okay.
Sanctity is in already. That's an Aztec monk, so he'll be surviving. 2 mangonel shots, though, can take out the monk. Tato needs to react to that now and immediately shoot. Immediately shoot. Immediately. Ooh, no, he gets converted and then loses 2 mangonels for free there due to the monk. That's the power of Redemption monks. So if Tato noticed that right away, he could have tasked both mangonels to shoot the monk. And the monk has to stand still while he's converting. He can't dodge the shots. And 2 mangonel shots does indeed kill a monk, even with Aztec upgrades. But here we go. Guard tower for Tato. Guard tower wrecks mangonels. That's one of the facts about Age of Empires. Guard tower versus mangonel is good for the guard tower. But it does kind of... You can't just do it for free. You need to have other units supporting it. Otherwise, the mangonel can just be repaired. And the Redemption monks now, we see another conversion coming in. Losing 2 mangonels is big because 2 mangonels are what you need to snipe monks. And he needs to get mangonel shot the monk right there. And deletes it, actually. Ooh, that's actually, he'll get a lot of the skirms there. And deleting it broke the conversion, so the eagle couldn't just, so the monk couldn't just switch to converting the eagle. And at the same time, Tato is now back at Yo's woodline in the back with crossbows, but no ballistics, so he won't actually get a villager kill. That's the thing where I feel like on the original game, you would have picked vills as they were running there, but the hitboxes are awkward on DE, and that doesn't happen anymore. So there's handcart, ballistics for Tato. Bill counts just about even, Tato slightly ahead. Yo does have bowsaw though, and handcart. Tato has neither wheelbarrow nor handcart. So Yo's eco probably looking a bit better overall, especially with his Aztecs bonus. And now has the mangonel to the back to defend his woodline and a few skirms there. Tato still can be annoying. And a TC on the back for Yo, as Tato wants to build a tower, but I don't think that'll go up. And Tato just wants to, I think, tower all of the wood lines of Yo and stop him from taking wood. Yeah, that looks to be his plan. Unfortunately, I don't think that tower will make it in time. Yo again sending his village to raise a town. And Tato won't quite see that, but he does have 2 eagles there. And with 2 eagles, actually, could the tower be in time to stop the TC? Normally this doesn't work. TCs are not like castles, and towers do take a long time to build. But if the eagles start pressuring that gate, the vills could be forced to repair. And that's a lot of eagles actually coming over to pressure the TC. And with that guard tower there, the monks won't be able to convert mangonels. And this could be a good bit of pressure here from Tato. We'll need to keep the guard tower repaired as the TC can shoot it down. But if the vills are shooting the tower, that's vills that aren't working. They're essentially idle. Oh, this is going to be a castle from Yo. Castle and squires. Oh, castle and squires from Aztecs. Could that be Jaguar warriors? Could Yo be doing for it? Scale. He's doing it. He's doing the Jaguar warriors. Yo is doing the Jaguar warriors to use against the Incan eagles. Tato will have 2 guard towers and a mangonel there. There's 11 vills in that TC. That will be a very nice thing for Tato to take out. Yo does have the stone for another castle, though. And he needs to repair that tower. It's so crucial just for keeping the mangonels away. When he will be making another tower, that'll be on Yo's stone. And Tato just trying as well as he can to get all of this wood under control with the towers. I know he had some crazy plays, and this is his crazy play for the day. He needs to repair that tower, though. Doesn't want it going down. And it's going to go down. Yep. Doesn't get the repairs in. He's running out of stone, though, and Yo can just keep YOLO pushing with another castle. Tato with the mangonel defense, but has to delete it. And yeah, I think he's pretty dead. There's the castle. Tower there, and mining camp going to stop it. Tato has to go for the guard tower to try to stop the castle. That's really his only play. But oh, he brings in eagles. Eagles will get in on the vills. But the Jaguar warriors are there to fight the eagles. And they're not really getting it on the vills. Tato might be microing something else. That TC went down. I don't know if the Vills were killed, but Tato does have a slight Vill lead. This castle's gonna go up though, despite the guard tower. You really need 2 guard towers, and he needed the Eagles to take a good fight there. That's 95%. And it goes up. And what's Tato gonna do from here? Looks like Yo can attack that tower with his Vills if he wants to clear it. I don't know where all those Vills are going, but Tato no longer has much of an army in the back. And, ooh, Tato could lose his workshop, has to delete it. Yep, it has 2 guaranteed wood lines with the castles now, so Tato's towers, unfortunately, won't deny any more wood. Listen to those thunks of the Jaguar warriors. Do you hear the thunk of the Jaguar? Is this a bad omen? A bad omen for Tatito, as his Eagle's there only to see Yo finish a TC. Yo is up to Imp, and when Yo hits Imp, this might just be GG. As Tato does still have the Vill lead, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do with it. I feel like Yo just needs to flood Eagles into Tato's base. He'll get Imp, he'll do the armor, he'll do the upgrades, and then Tato will be dead. And another castle! That's the 3rd castle for Yo, continuing to push forward. Tato, that's not where you make a tower, right? Immediately going for 2 guard towers. Well, Yo needs to send more Vills if there's 2 towers, but here they come. He knows it takes a village to raise a castle. And those towers can't really stop it. You need some type of army there. And the tower's even gonna focus the ram, and this maybe it'll be GG before Imp, as that castle's going up. And Tatito needs to finish chopping his wood so we can get to the gold in the back, but there is the GGG. As Yo takes game number 2 with a little Aztec victory there over the Incas. So Tato going to fall down to a 2-0 hole, but it is a best of 9. He does have a lot of time to come back. As where are the Aztecs in this overlay? There they are. Right. And statistics. Great KD for the Aztecs there. Economy, more food. More gold and wood for Tato, but Aztec monks are so good at defending. You play very aggressively, meaning you get into these very low unit number situations where the Aztec monks can shine. And the only thing that the Incas really do better than Aztecs in the Castle Age is slingers. Other than that, the Aztecs, they train their units more quickly. They have the better monks. They can add in the Jaguar Warrior to counter the Eagle. The Kameyuk is okay, but in the versus Aztec matchup, I think the Jaguar Warrior is actually more useful. It is best of 9. So 2-0 hole. Something he still can come back from, but needs to get to work with a win next game. Alright, and here we are. We will have Yo to the north, in the red, as the Franks, and Tatito in the blue, to the south, as the Huns. Now, these Italian pines, it's not like Acropolis. These actually last quite a while. They have 400 wood. You do have gold near your TC, and you have berries surrounding it. You also have 3 borers on this map, and a very good pushable... I don't know what a group of ostrich is. Is this a herd of ostrich? I need to brush up on my animal collective nouns for all the new AoE 2 animals that have been added over the years. Yeah, so what about llamas? Is it a pack of llamas? A meme of llamas? That might, I think that's the collective noun. A meme of llamas. Anyway, if we look at these maps, of course, you have these little shorefish in the middle. Sometimes players mill them. You have gold in the middle, kind of like Gold Rush, but lots of stone on the outside with these rocks. Players, I don't know if they've installed the small rocks mod, but they probably need it to see behind these, and just to make sure that they wall all the way to the corners, because they do need to wall to keep themselves safe. In all of the corners, there are also gold mines and relics. Actually, where's the, I'm gonna double click that. There are only 4 relics on the map. Okay, 1 in each corner, no 5 relics. So I guess that makes it awkward if you want to be Lithuanians then. And the ostriches are just going to be pushed in. Looks like both players might just be calmly pushing in their own ostriches. Yo going to get the boar with his TC there. And will do so successfully. And 3 on wood there. I'll have 2 on wood actually for Tato, so he might be trying to go fast scouts. Alright. So I guess this is your Huns build when you don't need the mill right away. You'll delay the mill and instead put only 2 on wood while taking in all 3 of the boar and go up faster. I remember in the African Kingdoms tournament, he had a build where he went to berries first and took straggler trees. But with all the hunt, you don't need to go to berries, and obviously with everything under the TC, you don't need a mill. So you just put 2 on wood. So it's lumber camp and 2 on wood instead of mill and 2 on wood. And a bit more effective because you actually are right next to the trees. Even though there's that initial walking distance. Herd of llamas and flock or herd of ostriches. Alright. I think a meme of llamas is still the proper collective noun. And Tato not killing a boar with his TC either, does get it in successfully with the villagers. And front mill for Yo. I kind of like the mill towards the back berries just so you can farm it a bit better. Or maybe here because the houses were already there from the start. Oh, Tato going to gold. Alright, he might be, I've seen him do this before, but he might be going to long distance mine 50 gold so he can do an early bloodlines. Yep, and there's the barracks. Both a herd. And thank you, Hindatore Ichimonji for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And Yo will be clicking up first. Teto looks like he wants to go up on one more vill. Or actually, no, just slightly later to click up, not force dropping the food in time. Actually, he didn't click up because he didn't have the second building. He needed to finish the barracks. And yeah, he is going to be indeed long distance mining that 50 gold. Not going to the mill and just going up as fast as he can. He wants to go for early bloodline scouts then. Against the Franks do start with more HP, 54, but they don't have access to bloodlines. So Tato will be able to jump his scouts from 45 to 65 HP, and after that will take a good fight. Now the question is, will Yo actually be thinking that he needs to click on these gold piles to scout how much was taken? Will he anticipate the early bloodlines? And we need to see, does he actually scout the gold? Now Tato, I think he has done this in a previous game, so if Yo watches Rex, and I know he does, then he should be prepared for it. So 10 on wood, these 400 wood Italian pines will last quite a while. Gonna doink somewhere, I don't know where. Oh, Tato got his scout doinked. Never want your scout to be doinked. Oh, both players actually clicking up before doing loom. Alright, that is risky. Feudal Age Scout can pick your vills. See, Tato had one vill there. I had to wall it in to keep him safe. Yeah, Loom just came in. And Yo, gonna lose some HP on his scout there. I don't like what he did. He probably didn't notice that Loom came in just right before I went to attack. And now there's the stable. We'll see the scouts pumping out for Tato. And we'll see how many does he make before Bloodlines. Oh, Tato somehow got a llama. Alright, well, he'll meme away with that llama and hide it in the corner. And maybe try to bring it back. See, double bit axe now for Yo. Tato had that a bit earlier. And Tato is still not with the mill, just doing it now, but you have enough resources, you don't need that. Okay, going to wall very concisely around the back of his wood line there. That works. Much easier to defend this wall than if you had gone to the edges. But like there and there could have been a safer wall with about the same amount of wall. But the scouts will get it anyway. That Vil needs to Viper herself to safety, but won't get it. Tried to wall the scouts to trap them, but was a bit too late there. That Vil, I guess, needed to stop running. And I mean, shedding one Vil for 2 scouts actually isn't that bad of a deal, I'd say. But yep, there goes Bloodlines, as Tato will have 4 scouts. So I like that play from him. 4 scouts and Bloodlines. Now his scouts will be much better, not just at fighting Yo's scouts, but at picking off these spearmen. And normally 4 scouts still, you kill the spearmen okay, but you don't want to fight them. With Bloodlines, you can take a decent fight against the spear. Just have to find the one it's targeting and pull it back, get some good hits on him. And if Yo is caught off guard, no town watch just yet. Horse collar for Tato. And Tato is going to jump in on that wood line. Yo has to run. And Tato won't be able to pick a Vil there. It's too close to the TC and loses a scout, loses the low HP one. So nice. I don't know if Yo is firing the low HP one, but the TC at least picked the right one to shoot at. And Tato does now have the better scouts, and he is pretty fully walled. So 1-to-1 eco KD for both players. And things looking fairly even. Vil counts all evened up. Idle TC time just about the same. Yo, with the extra scout, probably can fight that now. Tato losing that one to the TC. And there's Town Watch for Yo. Such a critical tech, but also one you also like to delay. As, ooh, Spearman getting pokes in for Tato, and that was, that's a mistake from Yo, losing a scout for free there. And Yo will just be continuing to wall up fully in front of his TC, making sure the scouts have nowhere to run in. And we'll just go up to castle on this. The question is, will Tato make a transition? Will he go for a range? Or will he continue going scouts into knights? Or will he go forward? Ooh, that's 5 forward Vils. And another... Ooh, that's 9 forward Vils? Where are these Vils going? Doesn't want to reveal them. Scouts are doing some chasing there. Tato's doing a tower. Yo's doing a market. Yo's getting ready to click up. But what is Tato going to do with these towers? Not on stone, so he only can do 1 tower. But where are these Vils now going? They're going to take stone. Okay, I feel like it's better to take the more... easier to wall and hidden stone in the back instead of the forward one, but especially when you can't see it under the walls, like this is the one spot where it's most difficult to quick wall. But Yo does see that tower, however is not reacting as he is up to the castle age. Tato fairly far away from clicking up, and he is lost the scout there, but continuing to pump into scouts. He has 11 military, and Yo will now see this, has a few spearmen over, but I think the scouts, they have forging, so they can't take the fights against the spears. And with Yo being up, Tato now has those 4 on stone. But those Vils won't be able to make another tower for quite a while. Yo still does have a defensive tower as a possibility and has the market up so he can buy more stone for a second defensive tower should the need arise. Tato 10 stone away, but he'd really like to build a tower there. Yo is aware of this. Has to wait for Tato to place the first tower, though. And Tato needs fletching for that one to be more effective. Does Yo actually, he has to see that, right? Oh, if the vills were hidden, he wouldn't see it, but yeah, that'll go up. And Yo, curiously enough, not reacting. And his other gold is outside of his walls. If Tato does fletching, this will be a very dangerous tower. But Yo, once he does, he has the stockpiled resources for knights. Can immediately do +2 and a couple knights. He's going to opt for forging. Tower is fully walled in. I like that. You do have to wall the towers in fully once the knights come out. And actually, you can think Tato should consider getting the walls up earlier. But Yo is up 19 minutes and 19 minutes on 8 farms with all those berries. Tato, how is he going to fight Frankish knights while he is still in the feudal age? He has to wall these towers up. He does have a lot of scouts. Remember, these trees have 400 wood, so still 250 wood away from being overchopped. Here is forging in. I don't know what Tato's doing here. He's just preemptively going to wall on his Vil. Yep. But, ooh, fails. Gets all but the piece of wall he actually needed. Wasn't able to trap the knight while running out. And now Yo safe and sound on his 4 gold. These towers from Tato will be significantly less annoying now that Yo has this TC on the front. And monastery for Yo. Oh, at the same time, Yo has gotten into the back of Tato's base. Tato, he did not fully wall his base, only walled to the TC. When your opponent has scouts, you have to do the full wall. Tato not getting that in will lose, looks like a couple of vills there. It's now a 5-to-1 eco KD. And despite the score lead, that's because he hasn't clicked castle yet. Things are looking very good for Yo. Tato is nowhere near castle. And I guess those berries from Yo really powered his eco. I don't know what the monastery from Yo is going to accomplish when Tato is full scouts. Maybe he can convert a spear at some point. That husbandry coming in for Yo. He has the knights to defend. Tato has the larger military, but it's military that can't fight knights. More vills coming forward. He has some stone, but what can he spend it on? Losing spears to the TC even. And Yo could just slowly but surely add in more knights, get a better army for fighting Tato. Tato is amassing quite a few spears. I guess that's his only option against the Frankish knights. We'll force Yo to go for the siege workshop and some scorpions. Tato would like another tower on this wood line, but Yo does at least have 1 safe wood. 1 safe wood is perhaps all he needs, as Tato wants another tower, but won't be able to get that up, as there's too many knights here now. I'm just wondering, when is Yo gonna jump and take a fight? As Tato just wants all the towers he can. Well, still is taking stone. Is keeping Yo cooped up in his base. But Tato is just so far from the castle age. His armor for his spearmen. And I think Yo is just going to continue pulling ahead. And despite advancing to the castle age, still is pretty even in vil count. And despite the longer idle TC time, it's 8-to-2 eco KD. That's a lot of spearmen. That's all Tato can do, pump spears. Double barracks, double stable, full feudal age from Tato. Yo has stuck out to the left. I don't think Tato is aware of that. Nope. He's still ignorant as to that clandestine lumber camp's location. And forward market, looking to trade with his opponent is Tato. No, he's not. He's just looking to somehow use the market to... he doesn't have the resources to click up. Maybe just buy stone with it. I mean, if he ever does click up, at least he will have a decent eco, but Yo now has 2 TCs, slowly starting to pull ahead in that Vil count despite being housed. Tato buying food, but what's he gonna do with it? He's gonna put it into scouts. He wants that tower ram there. I like how the monks can heal the knights. I don't feel like Tato can push any closer to that TC even with his towers. And he does actually spot the economy on the left, so he knows what Yo is collecting. If he could swing there with his scouts, he could take a good fight on the Vils, but at the same time needs to protect his towers from the ram and the scorpions and start getting some pokes on that knight. Gets the knight, and with the scorpion, or with the scouts, we'll start to take the scorpions, and could even, yep, he's gonna force monks back to the TC, and while doing that, we'll sacrifice some scout HP to take the scorpions, and now we'll get away. So nicely executed, cleans up the scorpions and cleans up the ram. And with a good 21 pikemen, knights can't really engage that. And I mean, not even pikemen, spearmen even, but same thing applies, knights can't really engage. And now the scouts, they have the freedom. They're without that siege, they're not pinned against the towers. Tato's gonna take the fight under the TC. He's gonna do it just so he can try to rush the tower up, but under the TC is going to kill so many of those spears. If he's gonna do this, I feel like he needed the scouts to be baiting a bit. And that tower, ooh, it also takes a village to raise a tower sometime, and it looks like it might not quite go up. 94, no, it doesn't go up, and Tato loses the forward Vils. Yo will lose some Vils on the stone, but that's just a bit of a small raid. Yo starting to pull ahead and score, and there comes the ram. And that fight under the TC, I don't like that fight for Tato. I know he wanted to get the tower up, but there were no ranged units there for Yo other than a couple monks. He could have just built the tower in peace, kept the spears on the hill, and then tried to raid with the scouts. Doubt tower indeed. I know Tato has been practicing for these games with a doubt, and I did see them doing some similar strategies, but maybe getting some of those doubt habits. Ooh, there's a DE pathfinding as the scouts can't get the monk, but they will finally regroup and attack him, and it's just more spears. Tato going full feudal, double barrack spears, double stable scouts. It's what I love to see, but now Yo has the town center on the left-hand side, is up by 11 Vils, does have that wood line protected, and this victory is starting to feel a bit more and more inevitable for Yo. Unless Tato can do something even more fancy, there's no way he can fight with spears underneath the TC, even with full upgrades on the armor. He wants to keep building forward towers, but what does this tower even pressure? Not much. The thing he needs to pressure is the wood line that already is safe. Mangonel coming out. Mangonel will chase the spears. Spearmen don't like fighting Mangonels. They just kind of get crushed. Well, one of the golds for Yo is going to run out. The other gold for Yo is going to run out. And what does Yo not have, actually? Gold access. He can go over to there. But Tato... Can he starve Yo of gold? That one is kind of under towers, so not the most comfortable to take either. Can Tato do this by starving Yo out of gold? Yo is up about 70 to 52 Vils. It feels like he should be in a good spot, but he just doesn't have gold. And the scouts are now going to come in. They'll jump the siege. And he'll lose a lot of scouts in doing so. That's basically a castle age costs worth of scouts right there. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, a feudal age cost-ish. Okay, and here's the play. There's Yo with the castle. Again, Tato tries to build the tower, but Yo knows it takes a village to raise a castle. He has a good, what is this even? Double click. 30 villagers there to construct it. This castle will go up. It is a cheap Frank's castle. And with that castle, he will secure gold. He will start pushing to the middle wood. And there's the GG from Tato as Yo takes a 3-0 lead in this finals. So, good job by Yo there. Win with the Franks, and a loss for Tato with the Huns. Oh, hello, Flu. And, well, Tato got stuck in the feudal age. Bloodlines is expensive. The Franks do have that berry bonus. He had more eco collected, but put it into feudal age army. It's more about the timing of that eco, right? You see, as we're getting close to the castle age, Yo has just a bit more collected. And Yo looking pretty good. Getting to Ring of Reeds, as the Mayans will have Tato doing Loom right at the start of the game in the blue to the north, and to the east we'll have Yo in the red as the Spanish. Now, you do have to collect your sheep. Your sheep and your boar are outside of your walls, but they're towards the back of your base. So sometimes you can delete walls to take them. You can hold the gates open to bring them in. Then on the outside, you can't just take the middle and wall the outside, because this ring of rocks does prevent you from making the complete wall to the outside. So I'm sure Spring likes seeing a map where you can't fully wall everything, even though you do start with walls. Kind of an interesting balance in the map. Then you also have these reeds. They have only 50 wood instead of 100. And then there are deer and shorefish in the middle. Alright, you can mill them and take the shorefish there, but normally that's a bit risky, and you'll just see players going for the ones on the outside. So we've seen this map played as Clown Town with aggressive siege pushes in the middle. We've seen Huang-style rushes. We've seen castle drops. We've seen fast imp play. We've seen some players try to go to the outside and boom a bit, and then fight for the middle later. And I've seen the map won both with the player controlling the middle winning and with the player on the outside winning. In the first matchup of the players on this map, we had Tato. He was ahead like 100 to 50 villas at one point, but Yo had the middle. He had all of the gold, and perhaps more crucially, had all of the stone, was just able to keep castling until he could hold on. And on the outside of the map, you do have to look at what's in the corners. Nothing to the north of Tato. Gold and stone to the east of Yo. Stone in the south, and then gold to the west. Relics also dot the outside. We'll have one to the left, one to the north, one eastish, one kind of to the south, and I guess maybe there's only 4 relics. Let's double click on one of them, and yeah, only 4 relics on the map. And Tato with the eagle. Oh, he's gonna go for the lame. Alright, he ran all the way around the outside. He sees they're fairly close. Yo is there with the scout. Well, look at this from the boar's point of view. Remember, the eagle needs to stay within line of sight of any Gaia unit. That includes the deer, includes the relics, includes any birds flying overhead, but I don't think this map has any birds. There are these little, I don't even know what they are, but I think they're just like placeholder objects to generate the map around the outside, but I think they affect the laming. I'll keep our eyes on the HPs there, as the eagle, staying inside the boar's line of sight, and doing a good job. This is where the scouts need to figure out how do they attack each other while the steal's going on. And that's what I like, Tato using the eagle to turn and fight the scout so he doesn't just take free damage. And this is where he's close, he deletes his walls, and he's gonna get the boar. And could get a shot on the scout with a TC even. Nope, and he gets it in safely. He can heal up the eagle. And using the mines to the best of their abilities with their laming scout right at the start. Does have to throw up a house real quick with 3 vills, but gets the boar and can heal the eagle. That's the great thing about the American civs. You don't have that trade-off where you steal the boar and lose the HP on your scout. You can heal up that scout in the TC. And good start for Tato. In our first game, we did actually see him come forward and wall Yo in. This time, Yo has a bit more surface area around the outside of his walls, so that might not be as easy as it was before. Tato will, however, be making a play for the middle, has a mill on the outside, will be going for the second mill on the inside, and has a bunch of shorefish to take there. Also, some deer to be taking.
Shot it.
Now, 17 HP on the eagle. Not really healing that up yet. And Yo going to take gold on the outside of his base. Okay. So this tells me... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's not a mining camp. That's a mill. I thought he was mining camping his gold. I was going to say, maybe he's going to try to take the outside, then make a play for the middle and take the outside gold so he has more left on the middle for later. Oh, look at this. Tato, he has the mill in the middle, but he's going to take the deer from the mill and push them over to his TC just so he can take the shorefish. Look at these just extra little efficiency plays that he makes. And he's on stone as well. So this could be both players going straight to the castle age for castles to try to contest the middle. And that's where I think the Mayans, with their plumed archers, they're not going to be as afraid of those conquistadors as other civs might be. I like Tato's outpost there, and I also kind of like the, he might go for some cheeky 2 tiles of palisade wall in front of that gate just to keep it, just to force Yo to delete stuff if he wants to come in and out. Now, outpost from Tato will give him vision of that gold. When he hits feudal, that will gain 2 more range. He's going to be pushing another deer towards his TC. Well, this is the trade-off. Instead of healing the eagle, he is pushing the deer. I just go to get that one. Alright. And he... Okay, he does have sheep left over, so it's not like he's going to be... Yeah, he's just going to take it there and push that one back. So each player with 1 gold and 1 stone in the middle. Stone's not really forward, so even if you do have a castle drop, you can still go to mine it. Yo will be up faster, and remember, he is the Spanish. He will build his castle faster if we do get to a castle race. We've seen Yo having some nice castle drops in, I think, all 3 of the games we've played so far. Castle dropping Tato's TC in that first game, the middle woodline in that second, and then the middle of the map in that third. So we'll have a, looks like a 25 plus 2 from Yo and a 27 plus 2 from Tato. Market Blacksmith. I have seen players clicking up a bit faster than normal on this map due to the ability to take the shorefish and get all that extra food.
Monday?
When you avoid putting down any farms at all, you don't need as many vills on wood, even though you might have an extra mill or 2. There's the forward vill from Yo, but Tato will see that, and can he react? Yes, Yo will see Tato's in the middle, but yeah, shouldn't get that outpost up. Tato's outpost now sees the gold mine. Oh, nice walls there from Tato. Needs 2 more bits of walls there to stop the vill from deleting the outpost and running. But nice move there from Tato. Vill will get the outpost up, but she is trapped, and her only other option is indeed to delete that outpost, and nice extra trap there from Tato, making sure that that vill does not escape. So we have seen Tato doing some nice quick wall traps throughout this series, and great trap from him there. Putting up the house there, just needs to let his vill out. Don't think it's worth it to batter down that outpost with the vills. Is the outpost more valuable than a vill? Well, it is an outpost that, I mean... Well, he does know where the gold is if he wants to castle drop. But, you know, in all honesty, could this actually be a situation where you put down, where Tato puts down like 1 or 2 palisades by this gold, the same way you might do an anti-douche palisade, just to force the castle not to be on that gold? Oh, and you can destroy the outpost with the eagle. Doesn't even need to waste villager time. So surprisingly, both players purely for the fast castle. No shenanigans on the outside. We have seen Yo before. I think it was Yo went for a sneak range in the back and tried to do some archer play in some previous series. Oh, but now the eagle is caught out of position as it's going to be taking a fight against the scout. Didn't heal it up fully, but Tato has a barrack so he can trade another eagle. Yo up to the castle age. And Tato just a bit too slow to get the extra upgrade on the eagle. And there is the castle, but Tato, how will he react to that? This is a Spanish castle, so it will go up. Not quite like Sicilians, but still faster nevertheless. And Tato will have his own castle himself. Can do it like right there if he wants to. Honestly, does he want to castle the stone? Does he want to castle right here? Weirdly enough, the outpost kind of blocks what I think would have been the ideal location for Tato's castle, right? Like, maybe delete those palisades there, have the castle protecting the stone and the gold. But he probably does still want to keep it safe from conquistadors. He does see the outpost there, but I think it would have gone up there had the outpost not been present. of a castle blocking outpost. I don't know if that was Yo's intention, but actually kind of works out fairly well that way. And we'll have the conquistadors out for Yo. Tato now, though. Is this a strategy? You can go for the small wall inside of the rock terrain around the back of your base and just play for the middle with plumes and maybe a couple of monks. And now the outpost goes down. Goes down for both players. And the question is, where does Yo go for conquistadors? I imagine he would want to perhaps raid the outside with them. Tato going for a university. Yep, university is part of his walls. Might want to repair the back of these walls just to ensure the conquistadors don't come in and out. And actually, yeah, get some houses up. You could maybe even just one tower, even if you don't want to put a TC here, or just protect that gold. Might have liked these walls to be a few tiles forward just so conquistadors couldn't shoot over them. But yeah, it's going to be conquistadors and plumes on the outside. And this is where, honestly, in my experience, I like plumed archers much more than conquistadors. It'll be useless broken team bonus for the Civ. No wood isn't anywhere near as important as the stone cost, right? Like outposts could be no wood and it might not do anything. You like the conks more? Well, Influenza is the nomad player, so he is probably well aware of this matchup. See, it's 1.3 to 1.2, so the conks are actually slightly faster. I like the stone walls, and I like the gate here from Tato. I think he needs to get Botkin though before he can actually fight this. Might have been a bit overzealous in marching out early with the conks. I'll tab and ban the bots from the chat. Yep, and that will be a nice fight early on with the conquistadors. Ballistics coming in. Ballistics before Botkin. And Tato might have been a bit overzealous moving out prematurely with the plumes. And he lost a good number of them. And you do want a mass of plumed archers in order to take these fights. You can't just make one or two and content yourself with the trades. Making them free stone would make any outpost bonus OP. But what outpost bonuses are there? Byzantine ones have more HP. Ethiopian team bonuses have +3 line of sight. I mean, that would be insane if you had outposts with +3 line of sight that just cost wood. We did see that one Civ Builder matchup where outposts with no stone were used as a douche tactic to find where the enemy was fleeing. Now Bodkin and Ballistics, and now Ballistics is where they really get to shine, because now they can micro and hit the conquistadors. And if only Tato hadn't moved out earlier and still had an extra 2 to 3 plumes, this would be a really good fight for him. The conks can still run away, but now we get to the point where it's awkward for the conquistadors to take the fights, because the plumed archers have ballistics. They can dodge while the conquistadors can't. Yeah, now Yo needs +2 armor to fight them. Indeed.
Shot it.
And now Tato needs maybe a gate out here. I'd like to see him extend those walls just a bit further so he could take that gold eventually. As with them so close right there, they can still be shot over. Trying to do some raids, but looks like Yo has gone for a TC to the south and otherwise kept his villagers in a safe place. This is where a nice little wall here would be good for Yo, because it would stop plumes from running in and out. Let's see what his scouting is. Yeah, he does know what the map looks like in the back. I guess one topographical note about this map is there are hills on the outside, but no hills in the middle. So in the middle, it is indeed arena, but on the outside, it is hilly. And now here, is this enough plumes though? Tato could be, again, being overzealous. We'll be running into a mangonel. Yo, yeah, he has the mill out there. He can see this. And he's aware of the army's presence. Can't really take a straight up fight. Tato will run around, but Yo has good vision of that army and knows exactly where it is getting out a scorpion. And here, I think Tato has to retreat. Oh no, Tato not patrolling. And now the conquistadors, they get the jump on the plumes right on top of them so they can't micro. And that is bad for Tato. Yo also up in Vils, 57 to 50. Yo had opted for that second TC. Tato, ooh, actually, Yo with the second TC could still be faster up to Imp. And despite making the more expensive unit, Yo had been going hard for those fish on the outside. So that's the difference so far. Yo, with the Conquistadors early on, was able to harass the fish in the back. Tato wasn't able to apply that type of pressure. So Yo will be up both faster and with the better eco. Now, times are only 30 seconds different, so it won't matter too much. But what will matter is Yo also has the stone for a second castle. And hello, Nick Rules. So another outpost for Tato, but he's going to be on the back foot here as he needs another castle to keep up in Treb production. And I don't see how he's going to get the stone for that as they're both up to Imp. And I think this is looking really good for Yo here. He still has a massive Conquistadors. Another TC for Tato, but that's just going to slow down his Treb production or slow down his second castle. That's a lot of wood and it's stone. A couple of conks being picked by the castle there. But Influenza being absolutely right about the Conquistadors. The early pressure they were able to apply before the plumes got their upgrade managed to take Tato off of those shorefish, and that has given Yo a very nice food advantage. The second TC in the back for Yo might be something Tato could have considered in the front, just to protect Vils from the Conquistadors and not force the fight from the plumes early on. Yeah, and Yo has been on point these games. Remember, Tato took out the Viper earlier, although it felt like Viper probably didn't prepare for the maps in the tournament. Whereas Tato did. But Yo? Tato's the trickster. Yo has been anticipating his tricks so far. A few more plumes on the outside, but again, 6 plumes. Were they to take a straight-up fight against the Conks would win. And immediately upon hitting Imp, Yo Q's 2 Trebs, and we all know once the Trebs are popping, the castles are dropping. And still only 1 castle for Tato. If he has to repair, he won't be able to get a second. Archery range is in the back. He's already aware of the fact he's going to lose his plumes. And it will be probably making an Arbalest or Skirmisher transition. And there are the Trebs from Yo immediately. They are safe under their castles against 1 Treb production from Tato. Tato adding in another TC. Well, he's aware he's going to lose the middle, but that TC will just get Treb down as well. Tato doesn't even have the resources to pump out a second Treb. Has to go for Bracer and Crossbow. And remember, if Tato is pushed out of here, what he does not have is a gold in his corner of the map. Not going to be able to get to that one from Yo, and would have to go all the way down there to get to another one. Nothing really in that corner as well. So this base, Tato gets pushed out. Mines with no gold is not a good time, especially when you don't even have your pikeman upgrade to go to Halb. Workshop will go down. Conks will start moving in. And Yo, both with the military lead and with the eco lead, up by 8 Vils. Tato, with but a single Treb, won't be able to stop this. And archer units themselves, even Trebs, have a ton of Pierce armor. Yo played so well to balance the Conk investment and faster imp time. Indeed, he played that absolutely perfectly. Getting the early rating with the Conks, defending himself with the Conks, and using that second TC also just to protect his villagers without needing to have the Conks in the back.
Shot it.
Now, castle for Tato in the back as he's trying to run. But honestly, like, these 3 Ts, they're all trebable. Tato has lost his gold there. Did chop to one of the gold piles in the middle, but that TC is already being trebbed. This TC will be trebbed. That TC will be trebbed right after. That's a lot of conks for Yo still. Now he just needs to find some way to deal with the archers. I don't know if he's scattered the ranges yet. This is where, you know, you might be thinking you want to run like 1 or 2 conks in, even if they die, just to scout what unit Tato is trying to transition to. And you want to see, does he go for the eagles or the ranges? If you see the ranges, you know you could probably make a skirm transition. Has he seen a few expos? Well, if he has seen the expos, then I guess any transition now, well, he does have the barracks. He does have a stable in the back. So he's maybe actually looking to make a transition to raiding on the outside, as he knows if Tato goes for the arbs, they won't be very mobile. Well, that's all 3 of Tato's TCs are down. Tato is now on 0 TCs, so he has to throw it up on the outside. Fight here between conks and crossbows. No arbs even in, no skirmishers in the mixture there, as the elite upgrade for them comes in. And no, normally we see one player running and booming while the other's 1 TC imp, but Yo is now 5 TCs with the Vil lead. Doesn't quite have the army lead right now, but if Arb doesn't come in, now there's bloodlines, that'll make the conks much tankier. Conks even able to do all of their raiding without bloodlines. And Yo knows that he has the advantage, he knows that he has all the gold in the middle. One more forward castle secures Tato's base. That castle, well, he's sending the village to raise the castle, and he has a lot of conquistadors there. Tato has the mangonel ready and waiting. Could Tato be aware of this and one-shot the castle? His walls will see the vills coming in. Come on, Tato, you know you want it. Mangonel it, mangonel it. Get it, get it. Oh, he doesn't get it. And now in this fight, the conquistadors with bloodlines, they are tanky. They have all 3 of their armor upgrades. They're just going after that mangonel. Down it goes. Tato's going to start trebbing, but with 3 trebs, you actually do have a slight chance that you can destroy an enemy treb. You just need to get the volley all at the same time. And if the treb finishes packing and a shot hits it, then it goes down. But it looks like it'll run away and live to fight another day. Tato deleting the gate just because he knows he needs to run the treb. Trying to wall and make another TC, but oh, that TC, I don't like that. It's going to be trebbed down. Unless he wants to entice the trebs to fight just so he can fight with his army. But yeah, 0 on gold because Tato has no gold. The north, there's no gold. To the west, he hasn't scouted, but there's no gold. That's where he's going with the 1 gold that he sees. Yo, though, has a stable, though. He's doing cavalier and doing husbandry. This won't even be hussar raids. This will be cavalier raids. Tato once more down to 1 TC. Nice number of villagers. Not going to be enough for him. Starting to treb Yo's castle. This is, here are the stables. Cavaliers being traded. I have to wonder, will Yo bother to defend that or try to repair it? Yep, he's sending the vills to repair. And should get the repairs in time. Only 2 trebs, so you can out-repair that. You need more villagers, though. Actually, 18 should be fine. It takes about 6 to 7 vills per treb, so he'll get some HP back on the castle. That is, at least until that 3rd treb goes up for Tato. He will need some more trebs or vills to come over and repair. Ooh, I actually don't like the deployment of the trebs there from Yo, but he could get lucky. Nope, the castle goes down, and now his trebs are vulnerable. Okay, so that I think is a mistake. He shouldn't have used the trebs to fight there. He lost the treb and he lost the castle. If Tato can get the repairs in and retreat his trebs, he'll be okay. I mean, actually just try to kill the trebs outright. Yeah, Yo is going to lose all of his trebs here. Tato doesn't have to retreat. Okay, so Tato regaining some momentum in the middle. The thing is, trebs really can't kill other trebs, so once you get a few of them, you can take good fights. And this fight here, the Cavaliers, they don't have the mass they need. This might be a bit premature from Yo, sending his Cavaliers into the middle. Instead of going for the cheaper skirmisher units, he tried to go double gold composition with Cavalier and Conquistador. But Mayan Arbs with Bracer and Chemistry will rip Cavaliers to shreds, even if they have those 4 armors, or that +4 armor. And Yo still does have control of the middle, still does have control of Tato's resources, but did get pushed back, perhaps unnecessarily there. Tato just needs to now not make a mistake leaving his Arbs out in the open. But, oh, okay, Yo feels like he has the advantage here, going for another castle. Tato does have a very safe spot to treb that from, though, if he can get to the back. And he couldn't place it. There you go, sending some more villagers forward. Masonry super underrated, I agree. It's one of those cheap things. Like, you have the university, it's only food and wood. Sometimes, like, you can just click it. And sometimes players forget about that. Like, masonry, fortified wall, they're so cheap. And they're both really good upgrades. All right, so another village heading forward to make that castle. Yeah, you try to get it when you predict Treb Wars. Yeah, as long as it's not gonna, like, as long as it's not too much wood that it stops you from making a Treb, then absolutely, yeah. Or if it blocks you from getting siege engineers right when you get imp, that's normally better than masonry and architecture. But other than that, yeah, it's super important. Yeah, like if you're going up to imp and you see it, you know, it's just like a, what? I don't even know the cost. It's like 200-ish food and wood. It's super cheap to add in. Well, depending on the situation while transitioning to imp, it can be expensive, but at this point when you have 126 vills, it's definitely clickable. I don't know if I've seen him click it yet, though. And he's trying to raid with the Cavaliers, but again, does he have the mass he needs? If I can click them, yeah. Capture age with actual hitboxes doesn't let me click stuff. Only has 10, yeah, they gotta go down. And for the moment, at least, Tato is staying alive. Has gotten gold on the outside, is about to chop through to another pile of gold. That's something we've not seen too often, players chopping through to get gold in the middle. I like the repairs here from Yo. The problem is his trebs are so stacked up that he can't click them to repair properly. Could trebs do this in AOC? Could they actually stack on each other like this? I feel like they couldn't. And I feel like they should be able to do that. Maybe they could, and I'm misremembering. This feels like a DE thing where they can stack like that. Maybe I'm totally wrong, though. But there's the Paladin. Tato was pushing out, but the Paladin upgrade comes in. Oh, that's what that big shiny thing was. That's the Paladin upgrade. And Paladin in a 1v1 when your opponent does not have Halb or the ability to get to Halb, that will kind of end the game. The Arbalests, they could fight off those Cavaliers, but not the Paladins. Low eco, any civ can't deal with Paladins. Yeah, well, and especially Mayans, right? They need to get to their Halbs. So Yo takes a 4-0 win and is on the verge of a sweep, winning with the Spanish over the Mayans. And look at those stats there. 68 Arbs to 58 Paladins. And that was just absolutely beautiful there from Yo. The way he managed his eco, got just enough rating in with the Conquistadors, pulled them back, defended himself, and got up to imp faster. And here we are, Yo, with the dominant performance so far with the 4-0 lead, rushing up one house with 3 fills, then the second. He'll be playing in the red as the Cumans to the south of the map, and Tato rushing up that Polish house next to his TC so as not to block space for his Folvarki and their farms. He's the blue Poles, and he needs to look to stay alive. He has played the Poles on this map before. It is kind of interesting how he and Doubt did the same strategy. You basically stonewall up your map while towering the 2 Folvarki you build on the little ponds, and then you just boom. And when you boom, you do pole things. Humans, also a boomy civ. Interesting late game against the Poles. They don't have access to heavy camel, but they do have access to speedy paladins. And if you're this far away, sometimes you can get to them in the 1v1. I guess one thing to note on this map is on the east side, both the extra golds are there, and on the west side, both the extra stones are there. So if you're Tato, you might want to maybe prioritize the left side in the late game just because of their eco bonus. They have the best eco bonus in the game, which is the Folvark farms. You get more food in the late game than any other civ. And then they have another incredibly powerful eco bonus in that they get, whenever they mine stone, 50% of the stone they mine also goes to their gold. Yep, and these are little shrines with shorefish around them, so in the Dark Age, we'll see players moving out there to take the shorefish. You don't have berries on your map, so you do want a mill or a folvark on those ponds to the outside. And of course, atop Mount Kailash is this trade workshop. When you capture it, you can research your monastery technologies, and you can spend 100 gold to train a relic. The relic takes 2 minutes to train, and you cannot actually build, or you cannot actually research technologies of your own at the monastery. You need the middle control to research the techs. So Tato absolutely dominated Viper on this map when Viper picked Aztecs, which are both a bad matchup to the Poles and a civ that really struggles if they don't have the center monument because they can't do their techs. But Cumans from Yo, much more interesting matchup. I do kind of wonder. The Cumans they don't have Bracer, but they do have access to Steppe Husbandry, which makes them train Cav Archers like they were the Goths. And against the Poles, who normally do struggle against the Archer civs, could Cuman heavy Cav Archers actually be an option for Yo here? Because the HCA, they would deal with the Obuki and the Pikemen that the Poles also like to spam. The only kind of rough spot would be against the Winged Hussars for them. Kipchaks, I don't know if they have the range really to deal with Cuman Cav spam. But we'll see what type of unit composition Yo goes for in the late game. I'm interested to see what he does against the Poles. CA, yep, Cuman Cav Archers, Steppe Husbandry, and they train like they were Gothic infantry. It does, yeah. Or at least it used to. I don't know if they changed it, but it does affect them. Increases the training time of their light cav and their... or decreases the training time, increases the training rate of their light cav and cav archers. And steppe lancers. Yep, but they do miss Bracer. But they miss Bracer, but it's also against the civ that misses the final armor upgrade. So you miss the +1 from Bracer, but they miss the +2 from the upgrade. Or from the armor. So all in all, it's like you're better than a generic CA versus Cavalier. Is Yo dominating? Well, he is up 4-0. So that is pretty good. Tato only on one of the ponds so far. Now, I do see him towering to defend the folvark that he builds on these ponds quite often. And that's simply because the Poles, they want to be taking the stone anyway, since they also get the gold from it. Yeah, now he is moving out to the second one, so we'll probably see towers on both sides. Was it as clear as the score says? Game 1 was back and forth. The next 3 were pretty dominant by Yo. He has been on form this series. And I mean, he must practice with licks, so he was probably prepared for a messy game 1 anyway. Well, as the Cumans, he's going to be doing some booming. And where is he going to build the TC? Forward on his gold and his wood. So in the long run, if this goes to the late game, the Poles with their Folvarki will have the better eco, but could Tato lose a wall in Neville there if Yo tries to snipe him? He is pretty close to the TC. I think he'd get back. No towers on the mills or on the Folvarki just yet. Well, he was in the Dark Age, so obviously he can't build them. But we'll see if he goes for that quickly or if he only does that after scouting. Unique tech for CA is yet to be utilized. Yep, and it's because of that lack of Bracer. But it's just, I'm looking at the lack of Barding armor, and I wonder if that makes it viable.
Salam.
I'm remembering that one. The other one is... Oh, the other one was the Kipchak thing.
Rozkazania.
Well, there's the Folvark. We see Tato placed his house by the TC to have more room for the Folvarki. Although, when your vills start on the left side of the TC, probably is best to build it further out just so it still could be part of your wall later on. A nice, potential Vill pick for Tato. Doing a good job blocking with the scout. Vill gets back to the TC though. Tato's gonna go for her though. Leaves her with 4 HP and loses HP on the scout. So bad trade there for Tato, losing scout HP for basically nothing. Yo just needs to put that Vill back there and grab a full HP one forward so it doesn't get Hera sniped later. And now Yo's faster human scout can chase down Tato's scout. Now, I guess that's something you also need to keep track of in the back of your mind. You're against the humans, so as soon as your scout loses HP, the human scout will just dominate it because of how faster it runs. Yeah, still no defensive towers from Tato. He's aware of the situation, and he knows he doesn't need to defend. He knows that Yo is booming on 2 TCs. Been Tato the whole series. Yeah, I feel like just like little mistakes like that cost you in the long run. I feel like Tato has actually been losing scout fights quite a bit. If I remember, Yo kept his scout alive on Fractal and then again on Koala. He had that 2 HP eagle that survived the wrath of Tato's laming. Anyway, Tato is up straight to the Castle Age, will be the first one up, and has 4 farms working already. Is mining stone, as the Poles like to do. And he's just about ready to make a castle. Could he go for a forward castle, perhaps? Market for Yo, as has a 10 lead already. And is going heavy on the fish, and has not actually moved to the other fish, just concentrating on one of them. Now, Tato, there's lots of things he can do with the stone. He can build castles and do, like, Schlachter privileges knights. He could sell the stone to buy resources for booming at the market. He can plop down TCs and do all the TC stuff in the world that he wants. He still does have shorefish, but he's going for a stable. And now, I have to wonder, could this be a castle and then Schlachter privileges knights? Tato is one of the few players we've seen who actually uses the middle of the map. We did see I think it was a Byzantines game, if I recall his civ correctly, where his opponent was booming, but he took the middle control and just pumped out those relics right away. There's the stable. Yo has yet to scout that. But Tato is up and is immediately plopping down the TC. No longer has the stone for a castle, but will probably do some more TCs. This is where, if you really want to boom, you want to use the market to turn your stone into other resources. But he's immediately making 1 knight. And, well, 1 knight could be quite devastating to a pond that is undefended. Could get a vill or 2, force them off of this food source, make them run. And 2 TCs for Tato. He will content himself with booming. Yep, and there is the knight. A knight and a spearman. So actually the spearman can help block vills. And there's 1 vill. Can he get a second? Nope, the spearman's not going to block the vill, but rather block the knight. Need to go for that one in the back. With the hill, probably will get that second. Yep, and does get 2. So nice usage of the knights there from Tato. Doesn't have any armor, so can't get under the TCs, and Yo is doing a great job of reacting to that and walling up in the back of the back. That snow leopard is not going to be in the little crevice there where it could have stopped the totality of the walls. Tato, will he try to run around? Nope, he's just going to turn. But there are his eco upgrades, Heavy Plow and Bowsaw, as he is now prepared to add in more Polvok farms. Scout from Yo will be walled in and doinked a bit from the Vill, shot a bit by the TC, and now only on 6 HP, gets through the other Vill. She doesn't get the Scout. Neither player paying attention there, and the Scout gets away. So, ooh, fourth TC even from Tato. Have to keep track. He looks like he hasn't actually been using the market. That's what Moju told me to do one day. Sell the stone, buy some food, and get your boom going. But perhaps you don't need to do that when the shorefish powering your economy give you so much food early on. Tato has, however, retreated those villagers to keep them safe inside of his base as he stone walls up. I'm sure Ornlu is enjoying this game. As there is the Folvark. Number 4, I guess, if you count all of them, but number 2 in his base. At some point, he probably wants to maybe delete that house in that lumber camp, get another Folvark there. And if you can get a good... Yep, there's a third one over there. That'll be like 4 and 5. And if you can get 5 Folvarki working, that will be a lot of food. A lot of food indeed. And he did do heavy plow already, so he will be getting lots of food from those farms. Has a nice little spot there. And Yo's scout will just be chilling in the back. Chilling as Yo does have that 8-vil lead, but it's against Poles. Castle and Kipchaks, though. So Camel Kipchak play from Yo, as he is not using the Relic Factory just yet. And Tato will get up a lumber camp. Here's another Folvark. Remember, these also do count as houses, so if you does look like you're gonna get housed soon, just throw down that Folvark and boom, you're not housed. Our Tato finished the Folvark before the farm. Tato! Don't do it, Tato. Don't do it. No! Knight will clean the scout finally. And Tato fully walled and has a defensive castle. And has caught up in vills. The monument. And Yo will be pushing down the right-hand side, and will be going for a forward castle. He's up to Imp, so it looks like he wants to get this castle up, transition to Imp, and start trebbing this down. And use the timing advantage to pressure Tato's economy. Tato... Good thing the castle didn't destroy that in one volley, but Yo will get that castle up. Has a good 10 vills, and Tato has no army with which to defend himself for now. He has sacrificed map control to work on his boom, but he's booming against the Cumin boomer, who just went 2 TCs straight to Imp. Wheelbarrow, heavy plow, bow saw, so decent eco upgrades for Mr. Yo. And he also will have access to these golds and this stone in the back of his base, so he will have all the resources that he needs for the moment. And I like what he's going to do here, just going to come out to the left side of Tato's base, make sure he doesn't leak out to the side. After the pressure, keep a few Kipchaks over there, and now just be in a position to defend his trebs. Now this is where Influenza was mentioning earlier. The Tato's up to Imp himself, but this is where Masonry, if he had a university, can help. So he'll have his own castle in the back, if he can hold this one for a bit. Amass a few trebs. He might even be content simply to trade it with the forward castle, but he needs to alleviate this forward pressure from Yo. That's Yo's chance to win the game, to amass enough trebs to snipe that castle, kill a TC, and force Tato to fight before he's ready. But already we see a knight, and we'll probably see maybe more stables and some Schlachter privileges as bloodlines coming in for Yo, along with the armor, so it looks like he wants to go fully into the Kipchaks. Kipchak, I have no idea how Kipchaks fare against Polish Cavaliers, but Yo, the village he sent forward to make the castle, has now added in a mill and is fishing that pond. So castle fight here, and Treb coming out. I like how Yo has been putting the Kipchaks inside of that castle so that it loses more arrows every volley. And there's Schlachter privileges coming in for Tito. They'll finish along with his first armor as he gets up to Imp. And he just needs to look at his resources and think, can I make 2 trebs immediately? He needs to manage the wood so that he can. Just about there, and I think he will. And he has to start repairing, though, as Castle Arrow Fire will at least cost him some stone. And this will be 2 Trebs out, just as Tato's hitting Imp. But immediately for him, Treb 1 and Lumber Camp. We need Treb 2. Yep, there's Treb 2. So if both players are able to get out Trebs, Yo will probably get a good 3 to 4. If Tato can get out 4, then they're most likely just to trade off the castles. And let this end 5-0. Well, Yo is pressuring Tato now. Tato is up in Vills. Tato needs to escape. He only has 6 Vills repairing. 6 Vills is not enough against 2 Trebs. You need about 6 to 7 Vills per Treb without siege engineers or any hill advantages. But now Tato has his Trebs out, and he is doing the right thing. You want your Trebs to be attacking the castles and not the Trebs. And he is probably preparing to trade off these 2 castles. And he still will be safe inside of his base. Right? That castle is just buying him time. If he can get some repairs in, keep the full Vark farms running. No relics as of yet for Yo, so not using the relic factory, just using the Treb factory of this forward castle. Yep, and he does get up to 4 Trebs, and Tato will need to match that. And I'm surprised, actually, that Tato isn't continuing to shoot at that castle. Has 3 Trebs, but 3 Trebs is enough to put pressure on the castle. Oh, actually, no, he's not doing that because the Kipchaks are in. The castle was able to shoot at that stone wall, and they are in. And this could be a problem for Tato, as he does not yet have his army. He only has 4 military. Selling stone for gold is... the game is bugging out and lagging. And wasn't there in time. Kipchak's the odd ranged unit that actually can affect trebuchets because of all of their extra secondary projectiles. Tato trying to defend with Trebs against Trebs, but Yo, his village is still forward. If they can get to the Treb, they can repair it. Struggling to get to it, though. But it looks like the Treb might have a bit of a hill advantage there. Not sure why the Trebs there did so little damage. Oh, but now Tato has out the Bombard Cannon. Needs to keep that alive. Needs to keep the repairs. Kipchak's gonna pick it off. But here come the Cavaliers. Tato is starting his production. He does have 109 Vills. Those Vills are farming on Folvark farms. 6 stables in the back. Can the Cavaliers arrive? Can the Winged Hussars arrive? Is Schlachter Privileged Cavaliers, without that final +2, these Kipchaks are going to be doing a lot of damage. I was thinking maybe HCA could be useful here, but Kipchak's similar thing, a ranged unit that's good at dealing with Cavaliers without the final armor. Tato, he can't take small fights and lose. He needs to amass and take one big fight to clear this. He needs to repair the Trebs, and he's doing a great job of that so far. Although the Kipchaks run in and they snipe it off. Can they get a second? No, they can't. Cavaliers keep them at bay. Running forward with the Trebs, not sure how I feel about that. I think he needs to keep them alive a bit longer. But now he wants to focus on the castle. But I don't think he has the Cavalier numbers for that. That Bombard Cannon there doing a bit of work. And he's just going to continue to pump these Sheep Cavaliers and take potentially bad engagements against the Kipchaks. Just because he wants to push into this castle. Wasn't able to trade it off earlier. Tato has, of course, the left snuck out, made another TC. That's often what you want to do when you're pressured on the front, sneak out to the side. But here come the Kipchaks. Kipchaks can kill Trebs. Bill's trying to get the repairs in. Trebshot gets it and it goes down. And now this castle stays alive. Tato, again, being a bit overzealous with his Treb aggression. And what's he trying to do with the Kipchaks now? He still can't take a straight-up fight. Another castle for Yo. All of the Trebs are down. Oh, the Bombard Cannon did not one-shot the castle foundation. That would have been insane. But now, without the Cavalier mass, he needs the Cavaliers in front of his Bombard Cannons to protect them from the Kipchaks. His Cavaliers, he decided to go and raid with them. But he's just going to lose another Bombard Cannon for free, and this is looking really good for Yo. We got some Doritos in the chat to support Tito. Elite Kipchak just about to come in. I'll select it just so I can see how the stats change. Actually, bug testing. If I keep my mouse hovering over this and the elite upgrade comes in, does the menu change? It does immediately. Good job, Capture Age. So now that's an extra damage. And Cavaliers, they're not going to be able to fight under that castle without their armor. Kipchaks will wreck an unpacked Treb. Doesn't have... Yep, Tato tries to pack it just to get more armor. Or tries to unpack it just to get more armor, but while it's packed, it only has 8. So those Kipchaks did a ton of damage there. Now Tato trying to get in and raid. Yo aware of this. He is walling. Tato thinks the counterattacks is his only option. Yo, can he get the walls in time? He does. The Cavaliers are out of the main farming eco. Had they gotten in there, they'd do a ton of damage, and they might still get in. Those are just palisade walls. Human palisades, though, with extra HP. Yo, walls with a house. He's doing everything he can to wall while still engaging on the front. Tato still doesn't have Cavalier numbers to take a fight. He will get under a TC here, and yo, all of his military is forward. 2 castles are forward. He has nothing at home. Could Tato clean this? If he can take the trebs, he can buy himself some time, but he will lose a lot of Cavaliers in the process. There's 1 treb down. There's a 2nd treb down, and now if you're making Kipchaks, you're not making trebs. That's a lot of Cavaliers down for Tato, though, and he now has a treb on a hill trying to get some damage on the castle. His Cavaliers looks like they have been cleaned up. They did do a bit of damage, but I can't help but think those Cavaliers would have been more useful having an extra 20 or so Cavaliers in this fight at the north, or having them there for a while might have protected his trebs earlier on. Now the Kipchak will snipe that treb and snipe some vills. Yo, I think he just needs to get more trebs somehow. Yo's eco feels like it's still being stretched. He has on the stone on the left. And getting stone before the poles is, well, good for stopping them from getting their eco bonus running. Tato with the repairs, though. No more siege. Trebuchet just coming out now. Tato, these are 9 stables. Does have 43 farmers. I mean, is this a winged hussar play, maybe? Oh, another forward castle. Yo, just continuing to encroach upon Tato's base. And with his castle play, he is taking all of the extra golds from the right side of the base. Eventually, Tato will run out of gold. He still does have a lot left. And to be honest, Tato's army doesn't really cost too much gold anyway. It's mostly just Cavaliers with Schlachter privileges. And he does have an eventual winged hussar transition. But the question now is, how does he deal with all of those Kipchaks? And he needs numbers. So many forward castles from Yo. At the same time, though, Tato getting in on the left side of Yo's base, trying to come back with some raiding. He doesn't want to go down 4-0 in this set. Now, Masonry coming in for Yo. We had mentioned that earlier, but Masonry, that'll give his castle some more HP, going from 4,800 to 5,280. And now with 4 trebuchets, that is a lot of trebs. Tato has to take this engagement here, but he doesn't have the Cavalier numbers. He's going to get shredded by the Kipchaks and lose the castle. That's not a good fight for him. He needs to get to the trebs. He needs to snipe off 2 of them just so he has enough fills to repair. But not going to happen. He's going to lose that castle. He's trying to repair, but 1 more volley should finish it off. And he's out of stone too, and down it goes. Goodbye, Tato's castle. Goodbye, Yo's castle too, so he did trade them off. Looks like Yo actually lost 2 castles there. But now it's outpost time for Yo, as Tato is in the back of his base still raiding. Question is, can Tato defend against all of those Kipchaks? He doesn't have any more stone. Remember, he spent his stone early on those stone walls. He is mining stone just now, but he needed a back castle a while ago. He's going to lose another treb to the Kipchaks. Oh, but at the same time, the Kipchaks are out of position. Yo needs to quick wall with some siege workshops to keep his trebs alive. And Yo could lose all 4 of his trebs here as the Cavaliers are surrounding them. Tato will lose all of the Cavaliers to the Kipchaks, but could be worth it if they can pathfind their way to the trebs. They managed to get 2 of them, and Tato actually not going to lose them. He's going to try to escape, might get a few of them out. At the same time, he's been raiding Yo, but Yo is still on 120 vills, managing to defend from the raids. Now, some of that pressure has stopped, but what has not stopped is the massive Kipchaks. Tato doesn't really have the eco to add in more siege. He had been losing it early on, and Onager could work wonders for him here, but I don't see a way for his eco to get to it. Mr. 4-0 evolves to Mr. 5-0. It is not play online, unfortunately. It is just a best of 5. Do you like Kipchaks or hate them? Well, I think they're a good unit against the Poles. Tato's still trying to do some raiding. It's definitely not as oppressive as like the Mangudai or the Castle Age Conquistadors. But it still does have its uses in situations. And that's 1 more forward castle from Yo. He also has now 3 castles in his base, so the raids will be far less effective than they had been earlier. And the Kipchaks getting into the eco. You build your farms around the Folvarki, and you don't have them around your TCs to garrison vills. And I think Yo is going to push in and finish off Tato here. Yo clearly had a plan to counter this human, or to counter this pole boom with his human boom into early imp, and he has executed it flawlessly. And exactly, you can't kill the Kipchaks anymore. There's 51 of them. There's too many. And Tato, once again, down to his final TC. It's the end of the tournament, so he doesn't want to go out. He's going to add some elite skirms. Hope that Yo's eco isn't that great, that his rating did damage, and maybe, just maybe, he can take a fight with elite skirms. And needs the final armor on them, too. They are at least +2. They don't get the final one. He's out of gold. He does have one gold mine, but maybe he could go for winged hussars. Trying to rebuild on the left, but Yo is already anticipating Tato's movement and is adding in stables. I don't think he can see the farms. I think it's a capture age bug. But Tato is still doing more raiding, but now Halb is in for Yo. Tato doing his Siege Engineer's Blast Furnace Leather Archer armor attacks, but it might be too little too late. Three sides of Mount Kailash are now under the control of Mr. Yo. And Kipchaks now fighting skirms. Some of the Kipchaks are going down. I mean, they are still killing the skirms, but they are going down. Down from 60 to about 30. Was this the answer? Should Tato have just gone skirms earlier instead of the Cavaliers? And, well, that is a large mass of Kipchaks down to 29. They will still pick off 2 bombard cannons, though. Ouch, that hurts. That's what they're able to do, pick off bombard cannons. And Treb's got stable. There is Steppe Husbandry, Scale Barding armor, and this is going to be a massive Hussar raid on the left side of the map. Tato trying to run his eco, put more Folvarki in the left. Should call on their Commonwealth allies and summon tower shield skirms. Well, the skirms are keeping Tato alive, and maybe, just maybe, what he should have been doing earlier on. Oh, the Trebs are getting the Folvark down. Castle will be working on that workshop. Skirms are always the answer. One of the best units in the game. Make Byzantines one of the best civs in the game. Now we have conscription for Tato. I mean, he still does have 135 vills. Oh, he has a lot of rangers for skirms. He has a lot of stables. He could get to upgraded winged hussars. He's doing a light cav, and maybe he could do a trash unit spam and hope that Yo runs out of gold. But Yo now has access to all of the gold mines on the eastern side of the map. I think Yo had been mining the stone out here earlier. Tato only got one of them, so the extra resources are now in favor of Yo. Yo 0 to 0, so Yo has not been using his relic factory yet, even though with his raid, with his lead, he probably could start to do so. Viz are the best civ in the game. No questions asked. Well, skirms now to protect the cannons. Won't do much to deter the hussars, though. But Tato might actually be able to clean up that castle should he keep the cannons alive. But here come the hussars with their wings, but not winged. Spread formation actually making a nice shield around the cannon like it were in a box formation. And I think that castle goes down. But at the bottom, we'll have a castle going down for Tito as the Trebs are continuing their push. And final tech in for Yo. Not winging it. Well, the devs might be winging it with the pathfinding. But Tato once again going to lose his TC and be down to 1 TC. Yo, 17,000 to 11,000. Tato being torn apart. Making progress to the north. But he's gonna make Yo earn this. Buying food using the market still, but his economy is in shatters. He is down to 80 vils. And Yo could just keep pumping all of the Hussars in. And there is the GG, and Yo takes a convincing 5-0 sweep over Tato. 134 Kipchaks to 164 Cavaliers, and everything Tato did felt like Yo had an answer for it. GG indeed. So that's a win with the Cumans, a loss with the Poles. The Pole strat that Tato and Doubt had on this map falls to Yo's 2 TC Broom early imp aggression. Great KD there. And look at the eco. Humans pull ahead, then the Poles pull ahead. They're always going to have that better eco. Look at that. That extra 4,000 food collected. But Kipchaks, hard to deal with once they're amassed. And clear win for Yo. So GG. And thanks everyone there for watching the games with me.